the fuck is going on? Alright. Let's get the camera ready to, let me zoom out a little bit here. There we go. Let me make sure you guys can hear me. Let me know how we're doing today. Let me know if you can hear me. Hello, hello. Alright. How we doing this Sunday morning for our yoga and Pilates class? You guys voted on hips and hamstring. You're wondering, where the hell am I? Well, we had some technical issues. Now, you don't need all those props right there. That is just some of the stuff that I was using, that I was practicing with. So, hello, everybody. How are we doing this morning? We are going to go ahead and get started in a couple minutes. So, go ahead and get yourself seated, get yourself set up, get yourself organized. If you're wondering what these are, this is my yoga wedge. This is the little yoga wedge because I'm old. You use it for your hands. It's actually this way. Keeps your hands elevated, takes the stress out of your wrist joints. So you don't need that. But if you do want one, they are on the Amazon store. These are yoga blocks. I don't know if you've ever used yoga blocks, but essentially it allows you to get a little deeper into your stretch, right? Allowed you, especially if you have trouble getting your hand all the way down to the ground. Maybe one of these days we could do a yoga block class. But that's not today. Today we're doing hips and hamstrings. So let's get yourself set up. Get yourself in a zone where, let me get my mat set up and ready to rock and roll for everybody. Now, how we doing today? How we doing this morning? You guys did vote on hips and hamstring. After doing 2 weeks of core work, I'm finally glad to do something different, right? I don't know if you started feeling your core strength, starting to get ready to rock and roll. But today, if this is your first time here, what we do is we do 20 minutes of yoga, 20 minutes of Pilates. Sometimes we do Pilates first, sometimes we do yoga first, but we always have a theme for the day. So something that we like to do is on the stories the day beforehand, you can go ahead and vote and get yourself a selection of what we are actually going to do. So it's user curated, is what I like to say. This is our 48th class. We're reaching 50 classes in a couple weeks, so that should be fun. We're going to have a little celebration for our 50th class. But one of the things that I really want you to think of whenever you do this yoga and Pilates is that there is a different breathing sequence. So when we do our Pilates, I want you to really think about inhaling in through the nose, and then when you exhale, you do it out the mouth, because we want to contract the core and the abdominals the entire time. So you inhale, and then you exhale out through the mouth, and you're trying to stimulate your core. Whereas in yoga, what we like to do is we like to inhale through the nose and then exhale out through the nose. And because this allows the body, the central nervous system, the peripheral nervous system to kind of relax, and allows you to ease in to the stretch, ease into your body, and kind of get some relaxation. So one of the things that I do want to go ahead and get started with is when you go and when we do this Pilates for the first time today, I really want you to think about getting length, right? Don't think about just trying to rush through these motions and rush through these poses. Get length, do it nice, do it slow, do it controlled, and we're going to go ahead and get ourselves started. So the very first thing I want us to do is we're going to get set up in a tabletop position. So I want us to get in our tabletop position. And when you are here, I want you to make sure your wrist, your elbow, and your shoulder are all in one line. Make sure you're gripping through the thumb and the pointer finger. And I want you to inhale, extend this left leg all the way back. Now, if you're old and you need a towel, you can go ahead, bring a towel. I usually have my knee pad. I don't know where it is, right here. I got my little knee pad. So if you need a knee pad, you can go ahead and put that there. You know what? I'm not going to use it if you don't have it. But I want you to extend this left leg all the way long. And I want you just to rock your foot back and forth. Back and forth. Now, if you want to go, you can go on your forearms. But I want you just to open up that ankle joint. Back, forth, 3, 2, 1. And wherever you are, leg up, point the toes down, and I want you to hold here. Feel your glute, feel your back. Take a couple deep breaths here. And then I want you to tap 5 times with your toes pointing down. So you're going to go 1 and bring it up. 2, bring it up. 3, bring it up. 4, and on your 5th one, I want you to hold. And then I want you to bring it out to the side and tap. You're going to do this 5 times. Tap. Keep your toes pointing down. 3, 2, 1, and bring it all the way in. Switch to the other side. Straighten this leg all the way out. Inhale, exhale, rock the ankle back and forth. You might hear a crack, you might hear a pop, you might hear all of your toes cracking and popping. If it's too much on your wrist, you can always come down right here on your forearms, but you're just trying to bring some blood flow into that ankle, into that leg. Inhale, exhale, 1, 2, and 1 more. Bring yourself wherever you are. We're going to straighten that leg. We got 5 lifts. So inhale, lift that leg, hold, 3, 2, 1, and then we're going to tap. So inhale down, exhale up. Inhale down, exhale up. 4 and 5. Feel the difference. Try to feel your glute turn on. Bring your leg out to the side. Tap 5 times. Keep your toes pointing down. 3, 4, 5. Bring it all the way in. Bring your knees in and sink back into a child's pose. Relax those arms. Open up the hands. Maybe you want to get some blood flow right here into the forearms. You're going to inhale. You're going to exhale. Come back up to all fours. Cross your legs. Sink yourself back. And I want you to extend your one leg all the way out. Let me kind of make sure we're in frame here. You're going to extend this leg all the way out. Keep your knee tugged into your chest. You're going to inhale, lift this leg. Exhale, step out. Bring it back in. Inhale up, exhale out, slide it back in. You're going to do this 5 times. So hold on to this leg. Up, down, slide in. Up, out, slide it back in. Up, out, slide it back in. 1 more. Up, out, slide it back in. Bend the left knee into your chest. Straighten your right leg. You're going to inhale, up, out, exhale, slide it back in. Keep the toes pointing up the whole time. And don't just round, right? Don't be doing this. Keep yourself up, nice and tall. Up, out, slide it back in. Now I want you to feel, do you feel this on the side of your butt? Is this the side butt turning on, your glute medius? Is this the hip flexor right here whenever you lift the leg? Bring it out to the side with control. Be aware of what muscles are working. Let's do 1 more. Inhale, exhale, back, and then bring both of the knees into your chest. Start to feel that warmth right here into your hips. We're going to inhale, straighten your arms. We're going to exhale, slowly roll down 1 vertebrae at a time. Bring those knees into your chest. From here, I want you to extend your left leg all the way long. We're going to go right into our series of 5, if you remember that. So I lose my pants here. We're going to go into the series of 5. So we're going to do 10 to each side of what we call the single leg stretch. Now, if this is too much on your neck, you can bring yourself all the way down. Inhale, exhale, that double exhale. Inhale, switch. So we inhale, exhale, exhale, inhale, switch. And again, that forceful, not forceful, but semi-forceful exhale out through the mouth. Keeping that lower back imprinted into the ground. In 3, 2, 1, and bring that knee and both knees into your chest. I want you to inhale. You're going to straighten your right leg. You're going to stretch. You can either have this left leg come down to the ground in a bent knee position, or you can straighten it in a long position where your toes are all the way up to the sky. So I want you to grab behind the leg, point the toe, inhale, exhale, exhale, straight leg stretch, inhale, switch, exhale, exhale, straight leg switch. Now you feel this, we want this stretch in the whole posterior chain. If you can, keep yourself nice and tall. Or you can keep one leg, bend, straighten, bend. Right? I want you to feel this stretch. You can have your head down as well. I know everybody always bitches at me, Nick, Pilates hurts my neck. It hurts mine too sometimes. But one of the things that we always have to realize is that we can modify it, right? So even if you're here doing your single leg stretch, make sure your lower back is imprinted into the ground and you're exhaling, bringing that leg into your chest. Let's do one more for each side. And bring those knees into your chest. Deep breath here. Feel your hamstrings. Feel your hips. Let's go ahead. Keep those knees into your chest. The goal here is to keep your lower back imprinted while you do these circles. So I want you to inhale down 6 o'clock. Exhale, bring it all the way back. You're going to do this 10 times. So inhale, exhale. Inhale, make these hip circles. Exhale. The idea is that you're feeling your core do these the whole time, right? You're feeling the lower back imprinted into the ground. Now this might be a little much for some, but I want to show you how this is the idea of what we want. Keeping the lower back. Now you might need your knees. You might need to assist yourself to do this at first. Let's do 2. Let's do 1. And then let's try to the other side. If you have good core control, you can keep your hands down. Inhale down, exhale up. Now that is kind of advanced. I don't want you to throw out your back while trying to do that, so use your hands to kind of assist. If you want to try that level 2, level 3, you can do that as well. Just make sure you're not holding your breath. Using that exhale. Let's do 3, 2, and 1. Bring those knees into your chest. Bring those feet down wherever the hell you are. And let's go ahead and stretch your right leg long. You're going to lift your hands all the way up. And I want you to keep your hands and lift. When we do an exhale, I want you to lift your shoulders. So you inhale, exhale, lift. We're going to do this 5 times, just lifting the shoulders up off the ground. So inhale, my toes are pointing all the way up to the sky. Exhale, lift. Really just try to reach all the way up. 1 more. And then bend your right knee into your chest. Straighten the left leg. Extend the toes all the way up. Wow, I'm cracking and popping. Inhale. Exhale up. You do this 5 times. Keep that lower back imprinted as much as you can. One more. And then bring those knees into your chest. Feel your core. Feel that warmth. Inhale. Exhale. I want you to extend both legs, where you're going to go one leg up, both legs all the way up to the sky. Point your toes. Your hands come down right here next to your hips. And I want you really just to drop those legs. So this is a single leg drop or double leg drop. Inhale to that point where you feel a little bit of shake and bake, and then I want you to exhale through the mouth to come back up. So you inhale, exhale. Now I don't want you going all the way down like this and sacrificing your lower back. I want you to inhale down, feel that place where you do a little shake and bake, and then exhale, come back up. We got this 10 times starting now. But you're like, Nick, already did 4 of these. What the hell? Huh? We're doing 14. No, I'm kidding. Just 10. Test yourself. Feel. Don't hold your breath. Don't look at your feet. Don't be doing this, looking at your feet going down. Look straight up to the sky. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Use that breath to help you come back. If you feel this in your lower back, bring your knees into your chest. Inhale. Exhale. We got 3 more. 3. And 2. 1 more. And give it a rest. Bring your feet down. And let's go ahead and roll over to the left hand side here. So when we roll over to this left hand side, now that we have the blood flowing, holy hell, we feel the legs, we feel the hips, we feel the core a little bit. When we do our series here on the side, remember, you can have your position where you are staying here with your elbow and your shoulder all in one line, or you can straighten that arm and then bend and kind of hang out right here as well. Whatever you're going to do, I want you to find your position here, because I'm going to stay in this left side for a little while. And I want you to think, instead of having your feet straight, I want you to have your feet at the angle of your mat, so right there at the corner, because now I want you to lift this leg back, so it's an up about hip distance, and then back. Now watch your hip. I don't want you rolling back and forth. Keep the hip square. Inhale back. Hold here, feel that extension out of your hip, and slowly extend that leg forward, pointing the toe, and feel your hamstring turn on. Inhale back, exhale, all the way forward, point the toe. We're going to do this 5 times, nice and slow. Inhale, exhale, inhale back, exhale forward. 2 more. Inhale, exhale. Last one. Inhale back, exhale forward. Hold here. 3, 2, 1, and then bring that leg all the way down. Maybe you feel that a little bit more here in the side butt. Maybe you are feeling a lot in the glute and the hamstring. Now that we found that range of motion, essentially, now we're going to do something called the single leg kick. Now, the single leg kick is exactly what it seems. Whoever's in front of you, make sure you're not kicking your dog, you're kicking your kid, or you're kicking somebody. I want you to inhale back, and just like we did with the first time when we did the exhale, exhale, it's the same thing here. We kick, kick. So it's the inhale back. And the reason we do that double kick is because we want to get that little bit of extra length out of the hamstring, so that is very important to stimulate more mobility and flexibility out of your hamstring. We have 10 of these, so let's do 5 more. We're teaching the body to use the breath to get a little bit more hamstring mobility and flexibility. 2, 1 more, and bring that leg all the way down. And you should know, a lot of times I get questions, Nick, how do I build the below the butt? How do I get the lift the butt up? How do I do? Well, this is it, right? Because you want to be able to extend from the leg all the way out, and then when you kick, you're getting full extension out of the joint, which is, if you think about it, it's the whole length of your hamstring, right? And where everybody's trying to lift is the insertion of the origin of your hamstring, and it inserts right here. So sometimes you might feel a deeper hamstring stretch below towards the knee. Maybe you might feel a deeper stretch right here closer to the butt. Everybody's going to be different, but that's why we do that double exhale, so you can elicit some of that response. So let's do the same thing to the other side. So flip it around. Make sure that you have yourself in the position that you want to stay in. You're going to have your feet at that angle. We're going to inhale, lift that leg back. Remember, keep that leg square. Exhale, see how much length you have. Inhale. Exhale. Don't stare at your foot. That's how you hurt your neck. Stare forward. Inhale back. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. And that's always a good rule of thumb whenever you're doing Pilates, even if you're doing it with me, if you're doing it on YouTube, you go to a class, is that whenever, if you ever start to really look at why your neck hurts, it's because you're doing this. And obviously, if you look at that position, you're candy caning is what I call it. You do the candy cane neck. And so you're sitting there like this. Of course, that's over flexion. You're staring down most of the time. So let's stare forward. Keep your neck straight. Keep your spine straight. One more here. Hold for 3, 2, 1. Bring it back. And then now we have our double kick. We're going to do this for 10. So inhale back. Exhale. Exhale kick. Inhale back. Exhale. Exhale kick. Feel that difference from the right leg and the left leg. Do you feel more out of the hamstrings here? Do you feel more out of the side butt? These are all things. This is why we do left and right. Unilateral, bilateral, contralateral, all these different motions so that you can feel your body, right? Be more in tune. We got 3 more. Inhale back. Exhale. Exhale kick. Inhale back. Exhale. Exhale kick. One more. Inhale back. Exhale. Exhale. And extend those legs. And let's flip over onto our belly here. So we got 2 things onto our belly. So I always say, get yourself into this like Sphinx pose position. Now, if this is too much an extension for some of you, you can come down like this. But wherever you're at, I want you to bring your knees together, your legs together, bring your knees together, legs together, and then bring your legs up like so. From here, I want you just to open the legs, but while trying to keep your knees together. Just do this 10 times, really opening up the internal rotation of your hips. Some people might feel like this is very easy. Some, mostly guys from my research and from my clients, find this to be very, not necessarily difficult, but tight. So 3, 2, 1, And straighten those legs all the way out. And then I want you to give yourself a full body stretch here. And then exhale. Bring yourself back to that Sphinx position. Now we're going to do the single leg kicks. So sitting up nice and tall. We inhale, we exhale, exhale, kick that leg. We inhale, exhale, exhale, kick that leg. Now, when we do this, we want to essentially stimulate the hamstrings. But I want you to feel this right above your butt in that lower back. Really feeling and turning on some of those hip stabilizers. Feeling your core actually have to keep yourself upright. And again, if this is too much in your lower back, you can always, who would have thought single leg kick would have been a difficult or rehab type of exercise. 3 and 2, keep that knee down. 1 and give it a rest. But that's the single leg kick. We got to show you the double leg kick. So with the double leg kick's a little bit different. So watch this first before we get into it. Essentially, it's more of a stretch. So we get our hands right here behind our back. We bend our knees. And what we do here is when we inhale, we straighten and extend. And then we exhale, come back, but we look to the opposite side. So I want you to explore around with this for about, we'll say 20 seconds, where we inhale, squeeze your shoulders, and then exhale, come back. Inhale, lift and squeeze. Exhale, come down and look to the other side. Inhale, lift and squeeze. Exhale. Oh my gosh, my body's cracking. Inhale up. And then exhale. Come back down. It's mostly coming out of that left ankle too. Inhale up. Squeeze the butt. Exhale. Come back down. Let's do one more for each side. Inhale. And then exhale. One more. Inhale, squeeze, straighten, and then exhale, come back to the center. Bring your hands down near your chest, near your shoulders. Bring your feet all the way down. Inhale, scoop yourself into a cobra pose here. Deep inhale, exhale, come all the way to all fours. Now, since we're here on all fours, I want you to get into our cat-cow position, or if you've been practicing here with us for a little bit, you will know something called the tiger flow. So let me show you the cat-cow, right? Traditional cat-cow, we inhale, look up, exhale, round, tuck your chin to your chest, squeeze your butt, or you can extend the leg, inhale, exhale, round. Whatever you do, we're going to do 10 of these. If you do the tiger flow like me, you do 5 per leg. Or you can do inhale up, exhale, depending on whatever you want. You want it to be more invigorating, more energy. Do the tiger, or do you want to be nice and slow, relaxed? Get into your cat-cow. Inhale. Two, whatever one you're at. Let's do 2 more. Whole cycles in. Exhale, round. Inhale, looking up. Exhale, round. Bring your knees together, and then, or bring your feet together, knees wide apart, sink your hips back. into a child's pose. Extend those hands all the way forward. Let's start to ground into our yoga breath. So let's zip the mouth shut here. And let's see if we can only breathe in through the nose for these next couple flows here. So I want you to inhale through the nose. And then exhale out through the nose. Let's do this 3 times. Inhale through the nose. Sinking into your hips, bringing your knees wide. Inhale through the nose. Exhale out through the nose. We're going to come all the way into that tabletop position one more time. I want you to inhale, bend your toes. Exhale, sink your hips back into your bent knee, downward facing dog. Hold here for 3 deep breaths. And again, pushing through your thumb and your pointer finger. Don't stare at your feet. Inhale, push your butt back. Exhale, try to extend your legs now. Feel your hamstrings. Now that we kind of got in there from our Pilates practice, you should be able to feel those hamstrings turn on. If not, bend your knees, push your butt back again, and then straighten those legs. That's always a good cue for you if you want to, oh my gosh, I can feel that in my calves now too. Oh my God, hold that for 3, 2, 1. You're going to walk your hands all the way to your feet. Keep your knees slightly bent. And I want you to hang out here, just ragdolling in this forward fold position, maybe rocking from side to side. But when we get up with your inhale, rolling up 1 vertebrae at a time, come all the way up. Stand, see the world above you, see the world around you. And from here, I want you to grab your hip hinge. So grab your hip hinge, and I want you to kind of get your legs, see if you can see me from here. So you got hip distance apart, right? So a little bit more than hip distance apart. I want you to grab your hip hinge, slight knee bend. You inhale, find this halfway fold, and see how my knees are still slightly bent here. You see I got a little bend here, I got a hinge here. I want your hands right here at the top of your knees, and I want you to try to flatten your back. So I don't want you doing this. I want you to use your knees, use your hands to kind of sink your butt back, but straighten your back. If that makes any sense. Usually you feel it. It's more visual than kind of contextual. So find this because you feel your quads turning on. You feel your back. Really, you should feel your hamstrings. Because from here, I want you to inhale, come all the way up, get that length, and then I want you to exhale. Use that breath to nicely slow fold all the way down. You're going to go side to side, and then I want you to inhale, bring yourself all the way up into that flat back position. You're going to inhale and then exhale, walk yourself down 1, 2, 3 steps. Straighten your legs until you get yourself into a high plank. And then you're going to go knees, chest, and chin. Scoop yourself all the way in. Roll those shoulders back. Squeeze the butt. Exhale, tuck the toes under. Back to a tabletop. Inhale, come all the way back into a downward facing dog. This time I want you to inhale, straighten that leg, lift the leg all the way up to that 3-legged dog. You're going to bend the knee into your chest. You're going to step it all the way forward in between your hands here. And then I want you to roll and sink yourself into that back leg. have a slight knee bend here for what we call the pyramid pose. Find this stretch throughout your hamstring. Keep that back heel up. Then I want you to shift your weight into that front leg. Then I want you to inhale, bring yourself all the way up into that low crescent. Remember, this is the one flow we've been practicing here. We drop that right heel and we bend that knee into that warrior two position. Remember, let me show you from here, is remember we have that line that's going through the heel all the way to that back arch of that foot. If you're wondering why I'm facing you now, still stay in that same leg. But I want you to straighten this leg, reach all the way out with that hand like somebody's pulling you, and then exhale, drop all the way down for your triangle pose. Maybe you're coming right here. Maybe you can go all the way down to the ground. If you had a block, this is what you could use as well. But we're going to go ahead and try something called the revolve triangle. So we're going to inhale, bring your right hand all the way down, exhale, spin on the heel, and rotate all the way into your revolve triangle. Inhale, exhale, bring the left hand down, bring that right heel back, and then come all the way back. Take a deep inhale, and then like somebody's pulling you up for your right hand, exhale, come all the way back up. Now we're going to do the same thing to the other side. So turn your left foot in about 15 degrees. Your right foot goes out 15 degrees. And we're going to inhale, windmill ourselves all the way back down. We're going to turn that left heel. And now we sink ourselves back into that pyramid pose to the right hand side. Now again, keep this left leg, keep that heel up. Find that stretch. You're trying to push that weight kind of back into that back foot so you can see and feel a little bit of this right leg stretching. Oh my gosh, my left ankle does not like this. And then inhale, exhale, shift your weight into the right foot with your heel still up. We inhale, exhale, try to bring yourself all the way up into that crescent pose, your crescent lunge, sinking that back knee. Don't push forward. Inhale, we drop that left heel, and then we sink into our warrior two position. Now look down. Is your heel in line with that back arch? If it is, I mean, this is something we've been practicing here for the last couple of weeks, just that transition. So you should start to feel, maybe I feel it clicking now. Inhale, straighten that leg. Exhale, reach, 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 and then come all the way down and bring that left arm all the way up overhead. Now you're going to inhale, exhale, bring that hand down, turn, and rotate for the revolved triangle pose. Inhale, exhale, bring that hand all the way down, and let's just step that right leg back into your downward facing dog, and then bring your knees down, cross your legs, sink your hips back into a cross-legged pose. That's a lot of movement we're doing today, so you should be able to feel that just a little bit everywhere, but we're just not done quite yet because we want to go ahead and finish off with some of our mobility drills. So if you remember this, we got into a 90-90 position. So the way that I want you to do this is I want you to get your right leg forward. Now if you're wondering how the hell did I get here, let's do this again. So you start with your heels kind of upright. So maybe we'll just start here. Let's start here. And I want you to think, drop this right knee in. So you're dropping that knee in. Feel and just be aware of what's going on. Is it the inner hip? Is it the outer hip? Does it feel okay? Or maybe it's like, Nick, it's my knees. Or maybe it's something else. Just be aware. How's that hip feel? Now, same leg, drop it out. Drop it out. Do you feel a deeper stretch in the inner thigh? And then do the same thing for the left leg. Now, do you feel, drop it in. Does that feel any different? Because this is internal rotation of the hip. And then when we drop it out, this is external rotation of the hip. Does one side feel a little bit more mobile, stronger? Does it feel like you get a better stretch? Right? These are things to consider. And then now we bring both feet together and we bring our heels together. And I want you to lean forward a little bit here and give yourself the old butterfly pose. The old butterfly. Flying away here. And then inhale, exhale, bring your hips up. Now bring your heels and your toes. Now you drop your right leg down and then you bring that left leg out and back. If that makes it a little bit easier. But now that we're a little bit warmed up, I want you to try to lean into this hip. I want you to try to lean back. Maybe you lean to the side. I want you just to try to find a position here that is tight. Like, you feel really good coming over here, but you get here, it's like, holy hell, I can't go any further, right? I want you to explore what areas, oh, there's a tight spot for me. Because once you find that, I want you just to hold that position. 2 seconds, maybe unwind, try to get yourself just exploring this movement. Because this is the whole reason why this is so tight, is because you're not usually moving in these directions. So if we can move into these directions, it can start to stimulate like, oh, okay, you actually do this. So find another tight spot. 3, 2, 1, and then let's switch to the other side. So we'll do the same thing. So having a 90-90, feel that stretch. Move around a little bit, move forward. How does that feel forward? See, my left leg is way more complicated, I'll say, than my right, which makes sense because it has 14 damn screws in it. And honestly, I would say this position with the left leg at a 90 in front of me is a lot less mobile. I don't know about you. Maybe you feel really good like that. I don't know. There's areas that I feel you could feel some extra tightness here. Maybe you feel some extra tightness here. But this is the reason why we do these. We want to be able to be aware of what's going on, as long as it's not hurting yourself. Find a position and hold for 3, 2, 1, and then unwind. Maybe circle it out. Find a new position. Hold that for 3, 2, 1, and then bring your legs into a cross-legged pose. Now I want you to sit up nice and tall, roll your shoulders back, lift the chest, inhale, and then I want you to exhale, lean a little bit forward, trying to keep that length in your spine. Don't let the butt come off the ground. Maybe your hands come down now. And then inhale, exhale, walk yourself all the way up. Switch the cross of your legs. Nice and tall, roll the shoulders back, inhale, and then exhale, walk. Keep your butt on the ground. Feel your hips, feel your lower back, feel your hamstrings, feel that warmth, feel your core, feel everywhere, right? Inhale, exhale. Come all the way back up. Roll your shoulders back, lift your chest, and let's inhale. Bring your hands all the way up overhead. Interlace your fingers. Exhale, press all the way up. And then inhale, bringing your hands to the side. I don't know, looks a little crooked over here on the camera. And then bring your hands into a prayer position. Bow your head, close your eyes, and give yourself a namaste. So namaste, everyone. That is our hips, our hamstring, a little bit of core focus. Hopefully you can start to feel a little bit more mobile into your hips, maybe your hamstrings. We did a little bit of everything today, so maybe those flows are starting to become a little bit easier for you. So if you got any value out of this, drop a fire, drop a like, drop a heart. And we do this every Sunday at 10 a.m. Eastern time. And we do this a slower version of more of a slower flow yoga class at 7 p.m. for 25 minutes. So it's no Pilates, it's more or less us kind of doing some hatha style yoga. So if you got any value out of this, join us. We do this every Sunday. So I'll stick around here for a couple minutes and see how you guys are doing on this Sunday. If you have any questions, and let me know. Let me spin this around here. Hello, everybody. There's a picture of my, what are we doing here? There we go. Oh, there we go. How are we doing? So how did we do? That first downward dog is always so tight, right? Very unexpected class. Oh, I like that. Thank you. You always say to put weight on your thumb and forefinger in downward dog. I try to do that and feel it more in my palm. I keep trying. Any hints? So that was the thing, right? Felt great in my hips. My hips feel loose. Let me get this over here. So when I say push through your thumb and your pointer finger, the whole goal is that you're not essentially pushing through here, right? When you do this, I'm new at yoga. When do you do a beginner session? We do one kind of like in the beginning of the weeks. We probably should just do one beginner session a week. But we got to get the wedge for my wrist. Oh, I know, my wrist they hurt. But when we do that, you got to push through the thumb and the pointer finger because I want you to kind of grip the mat, right? There's a difference between, I think a lot of times earlier in my practice, I would push through the palms, right? And just push all of my weight through there. And then I would sacrifice because it's a lot of extension, right? Me as a chef, I was always chopping. Me as a hockey player, boxing, right? So it was so much impact on my wrist that I realized that that's honestly why I got the wedge, is because I'm like, damn, I'm getting old. But also when you push through the thumb and the pointer finger, you actually take the impact out of your wrist. And that's actually with this, like when you're using the yoga wedge, see how it's angled like that? When it's angled like that and you have your hand right here, you sit there, you have see how it's like a little bit angled? So even just doing that is going to take the pressure out of your wrist. Rachel, got your creamy. Oh my God, you really did go out and buy the creamy after that. Holy shit. They got to give me some. They got to give me some marketing, some dollars for that, some advertising dollars. Hopefully you didn't get the one that is as loud as mine. Mine, this is, it sounds like sounds like a drill. When Nick, can you post on your page when you will be having a live class? I do every week. Every post, and you gotta go onto my stories. It's on my stories. You have a chance to choose the direction too. You just gotta make sure you stay tuned into my stories on my page. We do a post we do it every Saturday. You can always choose. And there's a reminder in there too. I always put the reminder so that it sends you a message. I don't even know if those actually work. Do those work, Radiant? I know we talked about that a little bit. I always put that reminder when I'm going live, but I don't actually know if that really works. Because I can't, I don't know. But hopefully it does, because hopefully they give us that so it does work. But yeah, it's in my stories every time. Mostly all this stuff is in the stories too. And I will put stuff in the broadcast channel if I remember. I'm so lazy at that, I always forget. But yeah, there's some things going on. But we do have, just wait till Monday, that side lunge
double exhale kicks. Oh my gosh, yes, they you feel that in your hamstrings. That's one of my favorite. You feel like that second exhale, like that one, that first exhale is like okay, but then that second one is like holy shit, right? Because you feel it, right? You definitely feel it. But oh, it does. Okay, perfect. But we have some cool themes coming in the middle of March, or the first week of March. We're going to be doing, or the second week of March, we're going to be doing our 5-day challenge again. So if you remember those master classes we were doing, we're going to be doing those 5-day challenges. We also have a 14-day challenge. We're going to be doing a good giveaway since it's going to be spring coming up. Maybe a creamy, maybe one of those things. Now the 14-day challenge, I don't know, 14-day 5, we'll figure it out. But we got 3 things that I'm kind of outweighing, and hopefully you guys will be, once I figure it out, you guys will be voting on it, and we'll figure out what the hell we're doing, right? That's why we do this. So we do have some cool things coming up for March. I'm calling it Spring into Fitness, but look at this one's going to be cool. It's the masterclass that I'm building. It's called Spring Cleaning Your Fitness. Spring cleaning your fitness, right? You always do spring cleaning of your house, but you never do the spring cleaning of your damn fitness. What's a creamy? It is it's an ice cream maker. It's an ice cream maker. It's one of those it's like a $200 ice cream maker. And it's really good. So yesterday on Food Friday, or what was it? On Food Friday, I showed you guys how to make one. And essentially when we did it, it was 75 grams of protein, less than 400 calories. So it's just a way to kind of have a healthier sweet. You can make sorbet, you can make a milkshake, you can make a whole bunch of different things on there. And it's a really cool machine. It might be the death of me, and it might be what gets me closer to my goals. We'll see. I don't know. I feel like I'm doing okay. But I don't know how this cat bruised me right here. How about that picture? I don't know if anybody saw the stories of my damn cat. I washed the cutting board, and then she goes and sleeps on my cutting board with her dirty ass paws on my cut. I'm like, what the fuck is going on? I don't know if anybody saw that photo. What the hell is going on? Why is she doing that? I don't know if anybody's cat has ever slept on that thing. What is Food Friday, and when is it? Well, Friday. Vic, every Friday we do a Food Friday. You know, I do different things. Everything is a bed to a cat. Ain't that the truth? And they always get themselves into it, right? Like right in the circle. I have a circle in my carpet, and she sleeps in the middle of the circle. And it's like, she's out of control, right? Yeah, she's out of control. This is what happens when your cat has diabetes, right? She's just food addicted and just fucking, it's insane. But what are you gonna do? Food Friday is every Friday we go live at 2 p.m. We do some sort of food, some sort of recipes, teach you guys how to cook. So me being a sous chef, this is just a way for me to kind of still keep myself in the kitchen, because I really don't do that. I don't cook for anybody anymore. It's kind of crazy to think about it. 2 p.m. Eastern. We go live most days at 2 p.m. Monday, Wednesday, Friday is 2 p.m. And on Sundays, we go live here at 10 a.m. and 7 p.m. Yeah, we try to go live all the time. But we did that last month and went live every day for the month of February. And believe it or not, I had more people tune into the stories than the live streams, which is kind of crazy. Do you record the lives? So sometimes, right? If you are a subscriber, we do record some of the lives. If I do remember, you find them in the subscribers tab. If they're a really good live, I will record it and put it onto my page. That's one of the things. But this Wednesday, it's not on my website. It's usually on my broadcast channel or on my page itself. I usually post it in my story, so you just gotta make sure you're stay tuned to my page, for all the new cutting edge stuff that we're doing. But for the you guys asked a bunch of questions, so I don't want to get sidetracked. But it's 2 p.m. Eastern every time. The info, and one of the things that we really want to start doing is be more. I want to start doing more stuff in that broadcast channel, but I just always forget to put the stuff in the damn broadcast channel, right? Thank you for the February lives. Oh yeah, that's what I was talking about, Teresa. Thank you. Wednesday we're still gonna do our Wednesdays with Natalie, Dr. Natalie. This Wednesday we're gonna talk about hopefully I think it's this week is that we're gonna be talking. I think she's back about PCOS. That's one of the things that we're gonna be talking about with her. And we do save some of those. That's right. We do save some of those lives. They will be either Thursdays. We're actually going to do the podcast recordings. I think that would be a cool thing. I don't know if you guys, I got some feedback on that when I record my podcast to do it live with you guys, we're going to upload that nutritional one. That's going to be, that's going up Monday. So tomorrow morning, make sure if you ever wanted to listen to that one that we did Wednesday about the nutritional labels are lying to you. Well, stay tuned tomorrow for our thing. We got so much shit going on. I feel like I'm just like hey, go do this, do that. What? Look at this, look at that. But